भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्ते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णविष्णुपदाय श्री गिरिराजाय स्वामिने सुभक्षरदास बिहारी ब्रह्मदेव्यात्मदाय। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णविष्णुपदाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं। Hare Krishna. Let me switch this off. I don't know this one. I lose my voice. Switch it off. Still zero? Okay. All right. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 4 and text 29. So I'll read this one verse, which is like the formula. It's actually a formula. So I'll read it again. Which verse is it? Then the formula. It's a formula, and then Krishna is putting all the different combination and permutation of different types of.
Text 24.
Yes, text 24. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. So Krishna is teaching how we can become free from the cycle of birth and death. Right? So how to purify our activities, our karma. So this is a question of sacrificing our activities. And there are two basic types of sacrifice. One is what? We sacrifice what?
Possessions.
Possessions. Yeah. And the other?
Identity. Self. Your own self.
No. Possessions and knowledge. Alright? Sacrifice is of two types. Either sacrifice of possession or sacrifice of knowledge. So when knowledge is not perfect, then we take ourselves and we put it in the fire of Brahman, right? When knowledge is perfect, then we take ourselves and we engage it in the fire of devotional service. Is it clear? The outcome of your knowledge and your activity. Is it clear?
Yes.
Alright, don't tell me next time.
Yes.
That sacrifices of possession and self. It's knowledge. And then that knowledge will make me behave a certain way, will make me do something with my spot. The hot spot. You put it in? Okay. So we read in 26 is the brahmacharis, so they sacrifice the hearing. Some, the unadulterated brahmacharis, sacrifice the hearing process and the senses, the fire of mental control, meaning that they control their mind. Now with all these mobile, right? You can see how this young boys and girls, what they are doing, reeling, right? Run. They're disconnected. Yeah, so the brahmacharis, what do? So it's a sacrifice to sit and listen. Alright? And their senses have to be open, meaning that we don't look here and there. So only the ears are open. Alright? Now they start eating. Right? You're eating and you're hearing. This is not sacrifice. People do this right now. They're eating. In classroom, when you have somebody eating. In classroom, somebody eating. It isn't, it's not sacrifice, right? So meaning you control your mind, the fire of mental control. And others, the regulated householders, sacrifice the objects of the sense. So many things they are bringing because they are earning. So what do? They control the senses. Even though they have so many things to enjoy, alright, they regulate the senses. So this is a fire, meaning you need a certain power to be able to do it, strength. Then others who are interested in achieving self-realization through control of the mind and senses offer the functions of all the senses and the life breath as oblations into the fire of the control mind. So remember, this is the yogis now. So the yogis, they stop breathing, they control the prana. And they control all their senses. Gradually, pratyahara, meaning they give up all sense gratification. And here, even they breathe, they take deeper breath, they hold the breath. Right? So this is also, so it's oblations. Aguno juhuvati jnana deepeti. Then text 28. Having accepted strict vows, some become enlightened by. So now Krishna is giving a summary of what he is discussing. See, we should be able to follow Krishna's way of speaking. Alright? So first, he made a statement. Alright? And which is like a formula, which is text 24. Then he elaborates. He gave the who is doing what. And now he's summarizing this text 28. He's summarizing, so there are two categories. So how we achieve enlightenment. So some of them, they will sacrifice their possessions, and others, they will do severe austerities by practicing the yoga of eightfold mysticism or by studying the Vedas. So they are doing this pranayam that we have just discussed in text 27. Now let's say 29. Oh, it goes still in the same. Apane juhovati pranam. Prane panam tatha pare. Prana pana gati rudva. Pranayama parayanaha. Apare niyatahara. Pranam praneshu juhovati. Still others were inclined in the process of breath restraint to remain in trance, practiced by offering the movement of the outgoing breath into the incoming and the incoming breath into the outgoing, and thus at last remain in trance, stopping all breathing. Others, curtailing the eating process, offer the outgoing breath into itself as a sacrifice. Now these are all how yogis, what they do. And as soon as you tell anybody, that well, this immediately say, do pranayam, right?
Now this breath, on so many videos, so many things on the
All breath, pran, because your pran will go. Death means the prana gathers all the shaktis within the body and moves out. So they're saying control your prana, so that you can live longer. Anyway, this system of yoga for controlling the breathing process is called pranayam. And in the beginning it is practiced in the Hatha Yoga system through different sitting postures, like these asanas that we do. So they make you regulate your prana. All these processes are recommended for controlling the senses and for advancement in spiritual realization. So it's not for good health, alright? Not for your body to become strong so that you engage in self-gratification. It is meant here, Prabhupada is explaining, for spiritual, meaning keep your body fit, alright? Keep your body fit, and see when the prana is focused, then the senses and mind will not go here and there. Just like if you just do one exercise, you listen when I'm speaking. Alright? Just one exercise. Listen. You will see that your mind will not go here and there. Alright? When we stop listening, that's when the mind is like monkey, right? Going up and down. All these processes are recommended for controlling the senses and for advancement in spiritual realization. This practice involves controlling the airs within the body so as to reverse the directions of their passage. Anyway, I don't understand all this, but I'll read it. The apana air goes down and the prana air goes up. The pranayama yogi practices breathing the opposite way until the currents are neutralized into puraka equilibrium, offering the exhale breath into the inhale breath is called rechak. When both air currents are completely stopped, one is said to be in Kumbhak Yoga. By the practice of Kumbhak Yoga, one can increase the duration of life for perfection in spiritual realization. The intelligent yogi is interested in attaining perfection in one life without waiting to the next. All right. So, we must keep our body fit. What for?
For spiritual realization.
Yes. Right? So, if we are falling sick, immediately we must take care that we go back, because what will happen? If your body is so sick, your mind will go crazy, right? Then you lose all interest in spiritual practices. You say, I can't chant, right? I can't get up early, I can't do this, I can't do that, right? Your mind is only body, body, body. I mean, the body is so demanding, right? So, as soon as there is any signal, any symptom that something is going wrong, we must take care and we must not abuse the body. I remember Bhakti Charu Swami speaking about disease. He said, what is disease? Going against the laws of nature. Right? So Srila Prabhupada has given us a very simple process. He says, go to bed early and get up early. Take bath as soon as you get up. Right? And do all the Mangalarti at home, do your prayers, chant, read, so that the mind is focused, mind is clear, and chanting meaning you are in touch with Krishna, right? So the soul becomes strong, okay? Soul becomes strong, and eat regulated time and eat only what is required. No onion, garlic, no tea, coffee, no intoxication, clean life, no adultery, right? No gambling, no meat eating. Alright? So this is our program to keep the body proper. There is no doubt that the body is going to die. Right? There's no doubt. But we must make the body live at ease. Not in comfort, I don't mean comfort. I mean, make the body live at ease so that you can practice your sadhana. Alright? Okay, the intelligent yogi, because see what will happen. If you are so sick, you are not going to complete your sadhana. What does that mean? When you take birth again. Right? Then you have to go through another cycle. You have to take birth, you have to grow up, you can't walk, you can't talk, you can't reason, right? When will you learn? Right? Tell this 5-year-old boy, girl, chant 16 rounds. No. Right? Not going to happen. So, Prabhupada is saying here that the yogis, they know the value of their life, the value of their body. So they take good care of their body. Now, not 4 days a week, okay? Go in a yoga studio 4 days a week. Not like this. At home, you can do half an hour, right? Your exercises, whatever you need to do. Alright? It's cheating. All the Bandra people, Khar people, they are running, right? Santa Cruz people. Everybody is running 4 days a week. No. You learn, you do at home. Half an hour. Right? And anything else that you need to do to keep the body proper. Yeah, the intelligent yogi is interested in attaining perfection in one life without waiting for the next. For by practicing Kumbhak Yoga, the yogis increase the duration of life by many, many years. Alright? Increase the duration of life by many, many years. A Krishna conscious person, however, being always situated in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, automatically becomes the controller of the senses. So now these Ashtanga yogi, they have to do this system of Kumbhak yoga in order to stop their senses from demanding. Prabhupada is saying here that a devotee, automatically he controls his senses. No, she controls her senses. How? Because she's chanting, offering the food to Krishna, right? The regulated habit which Prabhupada has given us. His senses, being always engaged in the service of Krishna, have no chances of becoming otherwise engaged. So at the end of life, he is naturally transferred to the transcendent plane of Lord Krishna. Consequently, he makes no attempt to increase his longevity. He is at once raised to the platform of liberation, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 14.26. So, the Ashtanga yogi, they're increasing their lifespan, whereas the devotees, they're living within their assigned lifespan. Alright? But not messing up our bodies. Is it clear? We don't mess up. Right? So if we follow these 42 principles, we follow the sadhana Prabhupada has given us, we should have sufficient good health. And when health declines, we must take care. In a stitch in time saves 9. Alright? Because the body should not pain us so much that I can't do sadhana. Alright? So, he is at once raised to the platform of liberation, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 14.26. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who engages in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord transcends the mode of material nature and is immediately elevated to the spiritual platform. A Krishna conscious person begins from the transcendental stage and he is constantly in that consciousness. Therefore, there is no falling down, and ultimately he enters into the abode of the Lord without delay. The practice of reduced eating is automatically done when one eats only Krishna Prasad, right? That everything that you see, wherever you go, people offer you food, you just eat, right? So we eat only Krishna Prasadam, or food which is offered first to the Lord. Reducing the eating process is very helpful in the matter of sense control. And without sense control, there is no possibility of getting out of the material entanglement. So, so Prabhupada is accepting. So others curtailing the eating process doesn't mean that you stop eating, but eating whole day, eating, right? All junk food. You eat proper, right? Eat what is required, small amount, which is proper. Everybody knows what is proper food. Tell me, Garima, what is proper food? These house ladies, they know very well. Tell me.
A balanced diet which gives you all the nutrition.
Yeah, tell me what are they?
Like rice for carbs and like for carbohydrates, roti, it has fibers, and dal for protein, dal, beans, like if dairy products, we are vegetarians, so we are not vegans. So dairy products for proteins and salads, green vegetables, very important green vegetables. Yes, and salads like tomato, cucumber, and fruits according to their season. And in drinks, for like and drinks according to seasons, like juices, like in summers you need coconut juice, and like and in winters you can have little heavy drinks, but in summer you can have charged buttermilk, so it helps in digestion and it keeps body fresh. So like you can follow the season. You have to keep that in mind also. That you have to eat according to season also. Like sometimes, like in winters, you will feel like you need some more food, and in summer you will feel realize that you will feel that you are not eating so much. So there's little is difference. So to eat according to your body, like your six, like you said, your biology. What is your cycle? You have to like track it and eat
Okay.
accordingly.
All right. So our food should contain these major items and then micronutrients which you
Yes.
find right in seeds, in nuts, right? Mostly in seeds and nuts. You find that micronutrients. All right. So meaning eat little but good food. All right. Little but good food. Text 30. सर्वेऽप्येते यज्ञाविदो. Loud, loud.
सर्वे ते यज्ञाविदो
यज्ञक्षपितकल्मषः.
यज्ञाकल्पितकल्मषः
यज्ञशिष्टामृता भुजो.
यज्ञशिष्टामृता भुजो
यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनम्.
यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनम्.
Nikhileshwari, you want to read?
Very word to word.
Yeah. Careful.
Survey all, api although apparently different. Ete these yagna vide, conversant with the purpose of performing sacrifices. Yagna shapita, being cleansed as a result of such performances. Kalmasha of sinful reactions. Yagna shishta of the result of such performance of yagna. Amrita Bhuja, those who have tasted such nectar, Yanti, do approach Brahma, the Supreme, Sanatanam, eternal atmosphere. All these performers who know the meaning of sacrifice become cleansed of sinful reactions, and having tasted the nectar of the results of sacrifice, they advance toward the Supreme Eternal Atmosphere. Purport by Divine Grace Prabhupada. From the foregoing explanation of different types of sacrifice, namely sacrifice of one's possessions, study of Vedas or philosophical doctrines, and performance of yoga system, it is found that the common aim of all is to control the senses. Sense gratification is the root cause of material existence. Therefore, unless and until one is situated on the platform apart from sense gratification, there is no chance of being elevated to the eternal platform of full knowledge, full bliss, and full life. This platform is the eternal atmosphere or Brahman atmosphere. All the above mentioned sacrifices help one to become cleansed of sinful reactions of material existence. By this advancement in life, not only does one become happy and opulent in this life, but also at the end he enters into the eternal kingdom of God, either merging into the impersonal Brahman or associating with the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna.
So now here's again summary. See, Krishna is an expert speaker, right? When he presents his performance. Did you notice how very systematically it's one point, he elaborates, he gives them, and then he again gives summary, and he speaks more, then again, now he's again giving summary plus he's giving result. What is the result of these performances? So all these performances who know the meaning of sacrifice. Now this is important. Not that you go and starve yourself to death. What do they do? Hunger strike. They do hunger strike, right? Hunger strike. People do hunger strike. So I'm sacrificing myself. I'm sacrificing myself for what? Why am I doing this hunger strike? Here, he said, here, yagya vidu. get up early is always study till late in the night. I don't know why. I don't know why. Anyway, so we are being induced either by parents or by teachers to sacrifice our sleep or whatever for what? For what? Right? So here, those who are doing the sacrifice should know the meaning of sacrifice. So what is the purpose of sacrifice? To become cleansed of sinful reactions. So all the sacrifice that we are giving in relation, obviously sitting and studying the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So why are we sacrificing ourselves like this? Or the yoga system? So we are doing all this sacrifice. What for? To control the mind senses so that we don't engage in wrong activities and therefore we get sinful reaction. Just like a poor child. A poor child is drugged into alcohol. Right? This poor child doesn't know how it happened to him or to her. Cigarette, right? So, no knowledge, bad company, doesn't know that we should restrain the senses, not being taught that we should control the senses, right?
Yes.
So what do? We fall into sinful activities and therefore there is sinful result. What is the sinful result? You will die. Right?
And we have to again come in the world.
Well, the first reaction, first simple reaction is you have to die early. Right? Here the yogis are, increasing the duration of their life, and here because there is no sense control, they are decreasing their duration of life and they don't care. They don't care. Why they don't care? They have no knowledge. And because they have contaminated by bad association, they lose their intelligence. Right?
Right.
But sometimes youngsters who fall in this bad habit, they become conscious and they want to come out.
Right.
Alright? They want to come out. And they have to struggle to come out. No.
Already conversant here is with the purpose.
Sorry?
Conversant means what?
Karmashaha.
Conversant in English.
Who knows?
Yagna Vide.
Yeah, it says here, Yagya, Shapita, Karmashaha, sinful reactions. Karmashaha means sinful reactions.
No, up here, the second word meaning.
Yes?
Yagna Vida, conversant with the purpose of performance. Conversant means what?
Knows very well.
Knows
You're
well.
reading the wrong one.
No, I'm reading the
Survey.
word to word meaning.
Yes, I'm reading the word. Survey. Appi order apparently different AKDs. Yagya Vidaha. Yagya Vidaha. Yagya Video meaning those who know the purpose of sacrifices. So what happens to them? Yagya Shapita Karmashaha. They are Yagya Shapita, they are cleansed as the result of such performances. Of what? Karmashaha, of sinful reactions. They are cleansed of sinful reactions.
Conversant
Is it
they
clear?
know. Conversant means they know the purpose.
They know the purpose.
So, Karmashaha here,
Mataji, she is asking the meaning of conversant.
Conversant,
Oh,
yeah.
conversant. Where is it? Knows.
Knows.
Somebody who knows.
Or knows. Knows
We
the
do.
purpose of
We do. Right? So all performers who know the meaning of sacrifice become cleansed of sinful reactions. and having tasted the nectar of the results of sacrifices, they advance toward the supreme eternal atmosphere. So now, what is that nectar that they experience? Let's go through this. From the foregoing explanation, the different types of sacrifice of this procession, Vedas, study Vedas, and yoga system, it is found that the common aim is what?
Sense control.
Right? All the sacrifices that we are doing, it is to control the senses. Sense gratification is the root cause of material existence. So now, if we don't train people, I don't know how many of us were told that we can't just enjoy life.
We are only told that enjoy life.
Yeah.
Eat,
Not
drink,
told.
and be merry, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is,
Yes, ma'am.
right? This is the philosophy of Brahman, right? Eat, drink, and be merry.
In this wedding I went, na Mataji, one older sister only told me कि my funda for life is this only. कि enjoy करना है. In Punjabi she told me.
So they don't know the outcome of unrestricted enjoyment. Still that we don't enjoy. Right? It's not that there's no we don't enjoy, but there is restricted enjoyment. Alright? It's restricted and has been described here. For example, so if there's something called Shreyas and Preyas. Shreyas meaning that you control now for long-term good. Prayers mean that we enjoy now and it's going to be short-lived.
Permanent happiness and temporary.
Yes. Like every student has to study. You have to put in that time, right? No parent will allow a child not to study. Right? They force the child to study. Why? For shreyas, for long-term benefits. And the child is only interested in prayers, in immediate benefit. So how do you enjoy life also? Right? So there is enjoyment in the mode of tamas. Eat, drink and be merry. Right? Right? Then there is enjoyment in mode of passion. These people, they will work hard. They just go working. Right? And then there is those who are in the mode of sattva guru. They also want to enjoy, but they will balance. Sense gratification is the root cause of all material existence. Therefore, unless and until one is situated on a platform apart from sense gratification, there is no chance of being elevated to the eternal platform of full knowledge, full bliss, and full life. So here Prabhupada is saying that when we control the sense gratification, because material existence, the basis of material existence is sense gratification. Right? Material existence is my material body. So I want to enjoy all my senses. So therefore, 100% I get the next body, I go on creating bodies of their bodies, right? But if by good luck, Ono Bhagyavan Jeev, get to know that you are not the body, your spirit soul, that this enjoyment in the body is simply temporary. Very soon we'll start suffering, right? Very soon. So then those who have understood that there is another platform of existence which is spiritual, they are going to curtail their sense gratification. So this platform is in the eternal atmosphere of Brahman atmosphere, meaning that when they are attaining this self-gratification, they've been elevated to another platform of existence. What is that platform? It's called Brahman. All the above mentioned sacrifices help one to become cleansed of the sinful reactions of material existence. This advancement in life not only does one become happy and opulent in this life, but also at the end, he enters into the eternal kingdom of God, either merging with the impersonal Brahman or associating with the Supreme Personality of God. So if I want to become liberated and merge in Brahman, I have to do what? What should I do?
Jnana Yoga.
Knowledge.
Impersonal Brahman.
If I want to merge
That's
in
right.
impersonal Brahman, what should I do?
Give your
I should control my mind and senses. Right? If I want to access Krishna, what should I do?
control.
Control my senses. Right? That's the key.
Nayam lokosya yasya kutonya kusatama. Na never. I am this Loka planet. Asti there is Ayagnesha for one who performs no sacrifice. Kutah where is Anya the other. Kuru Sattama, O best among the Kurus. O best of the Kuru dynasty, without sacrifice one can never live happily on this planet or in this life. What then of the next? Purport. Whatever form of material existence one is in, one is invariably ignorant of his real situation. In other words, existence in the material world is due to the multiple reactions to our sinful lives. Ignorance is the cause of sinful life, and sinful life is the cause of one's dragging on in is the only loophole by which one may get out of this entanglement. The Vedas therefore give us a chance for escape by pointing out the paths of religion, economic comfort, regulated sense gratification, and at last the means to get out of the miserable condition entirely. The path of religion or the different kinds of sacrifice recommended above automatically solves our economic problems. By performance of yagna, we can have enough food, enough milk, etc. Even if there is a so-called increase of population. When the body is fully supplied, naturally the next stage is to satisfy the senses. The Vedas prescribe, therefore, sacred marriage for regulated sense gratification. Thereby one is gradually elevated to the platform of release from material bondage, and the highest perfection of liberated life is to associate with the Supreme Lord. Perfection is achieved by performance of yagna, sacrifice as described above. Now, if a person is not inclined to perform yagna according to the Vedas, how can he expect a happy life even in this body, and what to speak of another body on another planet? There are different grades of material comforts in different heavenly planets, and in all cases there is immense happiness for persons engaged in different kinds of yagna. But the highest kind of happiness that a man can achieve is to be promoted to the spiritual planets by practice of Krishna consciousness. A life of Krishna consciousness is therefore the solution to all the problems of the material existence.
Without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet or in this life. What then are the next? Okay, your friend got the answer. The purpose of life is only to enjoy. Right? And here Krishna is saying, without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet or in this life. What then are the next? Whatever form of material existence one is invariably ignorant of his real situation.
as a child also.
But here, Shastra says she is ignorant. Okay? She is ignorant of her real situation. In other words, existence in the material world is due to the multiple reactions of our sinful lives. Right? If we are still, all of us, we are still in this material world, it is a reaction of so many sinful things that we do. Just like now, I'm just hearing some lecture of Priya Samhita Maharaj is only around Hampi. And it's all about Hanumanji. It's Kishkinda, you don't know it's Kishkinda. So it is Hanumanji, Sugriv, etc. And he was describing so much how Hanuman, he expanded himself and then he flew in the sky. And how he met somebody that's
Sampati.
right?
Yeah.
Brother of Jatayu. Brother of
Brother
Jatayu.
Jatayu, right? So of course my imagination, let me see, alright? So let me see. So I was just seeing some small, videos on Hanuman, right? And it's so instructive. There was one incident. See, I didn't know the story because Ramayana is so huge and there are so many varieties of
Sampati
stories.
was the one who told them that Ravana has taken Mata Sita to Lanka because he can see he has strong eyesight.
So now I'm saying that how Hanuman, he had forgotten about his capacity. Right? He actually forgot his Shakti, which happens to us when we misuse our abilities. So I'm just speaking about these multiple reactions. Right? Multiple reactions to our sinful lives. So the sages became so angry with Hanuman, who was a small baby, that he was a monkey, right? So he was doing so much mischief, he was creating havoc everywhere. So the sages just told him, you forget
No power.
forget your power, right? So we are like this. And then Maharaj is describing how he had to be reminded of his power.
By Jambavan.
Jambavan reminded him, so he was reminded of his power. And then Hanuman started remembering who he is, right? And then he started speaking about himself. Like they speak about affirmation these days, right? Speak of affirmation.
Yes.
You are this, you can do this, you can do this, okay? Affirm, so that you build back your power, your forgotten personality, your forgotten power. So here, in other words, existence in the material world is due to the multiple reactions to our sinful lives. Alright? So in just that one story of Hanuman, alright, now his mother, who was an Apsara, she became a Dana. She was cursed by some sage. I'm just speaking about multiple reactions to a sinful life. She was an Apsara, so maybe she has done something not proper. So she got cursed. And she was cursed to become a Bana. Alright? But then, because you know how you come back to your senses, so then she was given the benediction that her son will be Hanuman and great Bhakta of Ramachandra. And he will help Ramachandra in his mission. Do you understand what we are? Do you understand? You get the idea?
Yes.
Right? Our lives, here Prabhupada is saying, is due to the multiple reactions of our sinful lives.
Yes.
We don't know who cursed us.
Yes.
Right? We do this, then Sharire say, okay, just lose your power. Right? Surya remove your ability in this, that, all the devas, right? All these devas who are in charge of our bodies and mind, They just make us go blank somewhere. So we become humble. Now, so that other story of how now Hanumanji, I don't know what, it's just the middle of the story. So how he's going to get the shivling for Ramachandra wanted to worship this shivling. So, oh my God, now all the data is set out to test him. Throughout. So Maharaj also telling the story of how when Hanuman now going to jump, now the devas, everybody is sending one obstacle. This is a nice place, come and take rest. This is, this, right? So when Hanuman went to get a shield linga, Nandiji decided to test him. Alright? Decided to test him. So he was testing his capacity and humanity, his capacity, whether he's human, right? Then, when test was over, and Hanumanji, so Nandaji was very happy and satisfied and saying, just how like precarious it is to be in this material world, So Nandiji is very pleased with Hanumanji. Yes, you're this. And Hanumanji said, oh, it's only through your mercy that all this happened. I was only the instrument. And Nandiji started becoming proud. It's like unending, right?
Reverse.
Unending, right? Unending. So very risky. Very risky sentences. I'm just giving you this example. So when I was watching all this, oh my God. How can we cut all this knot? Whatever form of material existence one is invariably ignorant of his real situation. What is his real situation? In other words, existence in the material world is due to the multiple reactions of our sinful lives. Ignorance is the cause of sinful life, and sinful life is the cause of one's dragging on in the material existence. The human form of life is the only loophole by which one may get out of this entanglement. So we are ignorant, and when we are ignorant, what we do? Happily we break all the regulatory principles, right? Instead of driving on the left hand side, we start driving on the right hand side. Naturally, you're going to close car off, right? You say, no, I'm free. It's free way, right? I can drive wherever I want. I'm free. So we create how? So when we ignorance is the cause of sinful life, I don't know. So if I don't sit and study, the children are not taught. They remain ignorant. They think life is meant only for eat, drink, and be merry. This is ignorance. What will they do? They commit sinful activities. And when they commit sinful activities, it creates their body of the body. And not only human bodies, it is also animal bodies, reptile body, insect body, aquatic body, tree body, 84 lakh yoni. Right? And now Prabhupada is saying, only when we become a human being, the human form of life is the only loophole. What is the meaning of loophole?
Chance to get out.
Loophole, yeah,
Chance to.
you know how in accountants, right, they're looking for loopholes so that they can evade. Right? Why do you have to employ an accountant? So that they can find some loophole in the laws, right?
Yeah.
You can be legal at the same time.
Lawyers.
Lawyers, right? Lawyers, that's what they do. They find loopholes in the law so that they can escape punishment. So this human form of life is the only loophole by which one may get out of this entanglement. I just gave you the example of Hanumanji's mother, right? His mother. So she got thirst. She's an Apsara. Apsara means a very beautiful wife. So they do all types of things. So she got thirst by his image. Becoming Bharat. Alright. But then there has to be some loophole. So she gave birth to Hanumanji, who is a bhakta of Ramachandra. Meaning it is bhakti that is the loophole. Alright? The Vedas therefore give us a chance for escape by pointing out the path of religion, economic comfort, regulated self-gratification, and at last the means to get out of the miserable condition entirely. So, the Vedas is not saying, no, you stop all sense enjoyment. Alright? So, the Vedas is giving the path of religion, meaning, okay, you can enjoy, but there should be dharma. Alright? So, you enjoy in a dharmic way. For example, you get married. This is dharma. You take the vow of being chaste, of serving the family, right? When you get married, it is not just only you possess a girl or you possess a man, right? It is service, right? That's the vow that you are taking. Why service? So that we don't become selfish. Alright? In this Viva Sanskar. Why all this, so that we don't become selfish. If you become selfish, you become sinful. You think only of yourself. So therefore you don't hesitate to do sinful activities. And when you do sinful activities, then you fall. Just read. Right? So the Vedas give us a chance for escape from this sinful activity by putting the path of dharma, economic comfort. There's nobody in this entire planet who enjoy the most beside the Indians. They have the best of everything. Right? The best. Economic comforts. That's why they became the target. Right? They became the target for looting because they have so much economic comforts. Alright. So, and regulated self-gratification. Regulated self meaning that I have, but I also control my senses by sacrificing what I have. I gave charity. We read earlier, right? What do? They open Dharmashala, Anakshetra, Atithi-shala, Anathala, Vidyapit. Alright? So they are giving charity. So this creates regulated self-gratification. Otherwise it's just going to be, you don't give anything in charity, no donation. Like right now, we are appealing to everybody, give Vidya down, right? This is your opportunity. All that you have extra. None of it taking from your own food. You are saying you have extra, share. Give. Alright? Then your self-gratification is regulated. Right? Yeah, so regulated self-gratification and at last the means to get out of the miserable condition entirely. So when you're fed up, you're trying to be happy in this world, then you say, okay, let me know how to come out. The path of religion or the different kinds of sacrifice recommended above automatically solves our economic problems. Okay? The more you give, what?
More you gain.
The more you get. See the law. So here Prabhupada is saying, when you sacrifice, you are never without enough. There's no shortage. Don't think that you become poor when you are giving. No.
Right.
Competition will happen. You are giving, you are receiving, you are giving, you are receiving. Did you notice?
Yes. But giving to Mataji whom? Like people say that you should work hard, this is karma, so you will work hard, you will get everything. So like they
So here a list is given, right?
Right.
First
Only
see, ordinary people, they give Prince the rich, mercantile community, the business people, or the princely orders. They open various kinds of charitable institutions like Dharmashala, Anashitra, Atithi Shala, Anathalaya, and Vidyapit. And in other countries too, there are many hospitals, old age homes, and similar charitable foundations meant for distributing food, education, and medical treatment free to the poor. Alright? But we are doing something more. Right? So when you are giving to Krishna, the way we have organized, Prabhupada is organized, his society is we are taking donation and we are giving back Krishna Prasadam, right? When we are holding all these festivals, the temples are so beautifully decorated. The deities are so beautiful that it attracts people by the thousands, right? And when they come and take up their darshan, they're mesmerized, right? They're simply mesmerized at the beauty of the deities and they want to come back again, right? So then they are hearing, and then you give them a book. Alright, everybody should now go to the bookstore, give books. Alright? Vidya Dan, cut the ignorance. Right? It's not just mundane education. This is Vidya that will remove the root cause of your material existence. By performance of yajna, we can have enough food, enough milk, etc. And even if there is a so-called increase, of population, so Prabhupada is saying, no problem, the population can increase, but if you do yajna, right? You don't kill the cows, right? You don't kill the cows, you sacrifice the cows, right? That's what the people do.
They said that they are non-vegetarians because they are helping the nature. Because if they will not eat fish, said there will be many fishes, so it will be harmful for us. If they will not eat that meat, then there will be more animals. All these things.
Okay, so by performance of yajna, we can have enough food, enough milk, etc. Even if there is a so-called increase of population. When the body is fully supplied naturally, the next stage is to satisfy the senses. One a man or woman, she's actually it's not supposed to be a woman. The woman should know how they should know the fine arts.
You should know.
Fine arts. Alright? This is the nature. And the man, they should know how to earn. Right? Not that the man do the fine arts and the woman do the hard labor. They have to go out and fight it out in the world. Right? The woman has to do it. So here, Prabhupada is saying, so when the body is fully supplied, alright, so the body is healthy and you have sufficient economic money, you have sufficient money. The Vedas prescribe therefore sacred marriage for regulated self-gratification. Right? So Sindhu, I read somewhere, one of the Puranas, said that a boy should not get married unless he is able to maintain a girl. boys who are telling the girls you must earn, they are going against the rule of Shastra. And parents, sorry, I don't know who's social reformer in all this mess. Right? It's all a result of social reforms. Everybody is trying to adjust whatever was going wrong. So maybe the women, some women were being mistreated, right?
Right.
Or maybe children, they were being misused, right? So while you're trying to protect them, you mess up the rest of society. Right? Previously, your boy wanted a working girl. Now, your boy wants a girl who's not working.
Right.
In my time, your boy wanted to work. Your parent wanted a working girl.
Right.
Right? Now it is the contrary. Messed up. So here, the Vedas prescribe therefore sacred marriage for regulated self-gratification. Thereby one is gradually elevated to the platform of release from material bondage. So when there is regulated self-gratification, then one is gradually, meaning that you start to give up sense enjoyment, which is the root cause of our sinful life. Thereby one is gradually elevated to the platform of release from material bondage, and the highest perfection of liberated life is to associate with the Supreme Lord. So if you're fortunate to get introduced to Krishna, this is the perfection of our life.
Mataji, what this when the body is fully supplied means
I just said, no?
like you have all the necessities of life, food and everything.
Yeah.
So you can go to next stage like controlling the senses.
No. You can enter Grihastha
हाँ,
when you are able. I just explain that. Here Prabhupada is saying, by performance of yoga, one can have enough food, enough milk, even if there is a so-called increase in population. When the body is fully supplied, meaning you have bodily strength, alright? A boy who's sickly, can he get married? A girl who's sickly, can she get married? No. Right? So the body has to be fully supplied. Right? You should be able to work. Right? Both you should be able to work. Then the Vedas is prescribing. So when the body is fully supplied, naturally the next stage is to satisfy the senses. You just see the scenario right now. Or see, previously the girls by the age of 20 they get married. Right? Now they go on working, have to study, then they come to a point where they go crazy, they say, I want to get married.
By 27,
Right?
28.
So why? This is a natural sequence. It's a natural sequence. So here Prabhupada is explaining, when the body is fully supplied, body means body, physical body and mental body both, okay? Naturally, the next stage is to satisfy the senses. You see, it's just like Prabhupada said, it's natural. Alright? So you want to satisfy the senses, so what do? You pick up a boyfriend or a girlfriend? No. Shastra is saying, what do?
married.
Sacred marriage for regulated sense gratification. Alright? Dharma, art, काम, moksha. This is what Prabhupada is talking about. Dharma, art, you have sufficient money, then sense gratification, right? But because we are doing everything in a dharmic way, and our senses also gradually will lose its grip over enjoyment. regulated sense gratification gradually make us lose the taste for sense gratification because Prabhupada is explaining. Thereby one is gradually elevated to the platform of release from material bondage. And the highest perfection of liberated life is to associate with the Supreme Lord. So if by good luck you come in touch with Krishna, Krishna's seva, right? Then you get another taste. Previously, only taste was self-gratification. And once you taste seva for Krishna, you get a higher taste. Alright? So, perfection is achieved by performance of yajna as described above. Now, if a person is not inclined to perform yajna according to the Vedas, how can he expect a happy life even in this body? And what to speak of another body on another planet? Alright, so this short-term pleasure of those sacred marriage, yoga samskar, is short-term. What happens? After some time you give up the partner, right? Mostly people, they give up the partner 10 years, 15 years, right? They give up the partner in that 6 months, in that 5 years. Another person, by that time you have given birth to an illegitimate child, right? You lost everything. A child without marriage, right? I mean, we just look around. I don't know if there are stories all the time. People are coming and telling me what's happening, right? What's happening today. So here Krishna is saying, now if a person is not inclined to perform yajna according to the Vedas, so brahmacharya is a yajna, grihastha is a yajna. Did you follow this?
Yes.
It is yajna, right? If you are not inclined to do this, how can we expect a happy life even in this body? Right? All these men and women, they just live together for some time. When they grow older, they have nobody for them. They have nobody for them. They're denied, they're rejected by everybody. So I'm speaking beside diseases. Right? When there is no regulation in self-gratification, automatically there is disease. Right? Disease means suffering and short life. So, how can he expect a happy life even in his body, and what punishment is awaiting him in the next life? Right? If we disobey the orders of the Vedas, right? We disobey those orders. What to speak of another body? What happy life can we expect? What to speak of another body on another planet? What to speak of another body on another planet? So you cannot have a happy life now. You cannot go up to Swargalok. There are different grades of material comforts in different heavenly planets. And in all cases, there is immense happiness for persons engaged in different kinds of yoga. But the highest kind of happiness that a man can achieve is to be promoted to the spiritual planets and practice of Krishna consciousness. A life of Krishna consciousness is therefore a solution to all the problems of material existence. So there's happiness in this body, in this life, if we follow the dharmic system as described here, and we get promoted to the higher planetary systems where there is no happiness, but it is also temporary. Right? Apsara that want to show off her beauty and get cursed, right? Right?
Right.
So, oh my God, it's such a. So here, I just read this first sentence again. Just think about it. Whatever form of material existence one is in, look at look at ourselves. Whatever form of material existence one is in very ignorant of his real situation. In other words, existence in the material world is due to the multiple reactions to our sinful lives. Alright? The body that we have, the shape that we have, where I have taken birth, my economic status, how people view me, Dhanam, Janam, Sundari, right? All this is dependent on our performance in previous lives. Plus minus, everybody's got plus minus, right? Ignorance, this, in other words, existence in the material world is due to multiple reactions to our sinful lives. Ignorance is the cause of sinful life, and sinful life is the cause of one's dwelling on their material existence. Right? Right? In India, also there is suffering if you take a Janma Patri with run. Right? Right. What's the problem? What's the problem? Meaning that cumulative effect of so many lifetimes of persons, right? Our life become misconstrued, right?
Right.
Abilities are taken away. We forget we have this ability, right? We should think about all this. So therefore, we should teach, we should make people conscious in Kali-yuga. People who want to be sinful, they take birth. But in Kali-yuga also, the devas take birth.
Right.
Because of Harinam, because life is short.
So they can take the name of God.
Yes. So in Kali-yuga, both are taking birth. The devas are taking birth and the sinful also are taking birth. The majority of sinful.
And how to balance the life, day-to-day life. That I want an answer for that. You have said people do wrong thing, but they give charities and all.
Yeah.
But in day-to-day life, how this will balance?
Actually we explain all this. Prabhupada has given us a system of sadhana.
Okay.
Right? See, the thing is that we must be obedient. The first thing, we should be obedient to instruction of the acharyas. The acharyas want to help us. So, the first thing, 4 intuitions, pillars of sinful life are nicotine, intoxication, gambling, and illicit sex. So the acharyas tell us, take diksha. Take diksha. Promise not to commit these sinful activities. Right? So already you're eliminating something. Isn't that I'm going to balance sinful life and pious life? You don't balance it. So one thing that we have to reject completely is sinful life. Now everybody must practice some process by which there is purification They must practice a system of purification of heart. In Kali Yuga, Kalo Doshe Nidhe Rajan Eko Asti Mahad Guna, Kirtana Eva Krishnasya. This Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Everything is toxic here, but there is one great quality, Harinam Sankirtan. So the Acharya said, take the Japa Mala, chant Harinam. You should obey. Alright, you should obey. So this will make me become free from tendency to commit more sinful activity. One, I promise Charniyam. Okay? Second, now I follow a process by which I will not again do the sinful activities. So I have to learn properly how to do this yajna. Harinam is yajna, it's Sankirtan yajna. So I have to improve again and again. I have to learn how to chant. Then the acharyas also have given certain guidelines. There is one beautiful, simple book called Upadesh Amrita. Have you seen that book? Upadesh Amrita, nectar instruction. Immediately you go down, you get that book. There, the acharyas have prescribed Vacho Vegam, Manasakoda Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udara Upasta Vegam. So, how to control the tongue in speech? Alright? Because these are all what creates havoc in our life. Our tongue. Tongue which is vibrating, speaking, gossiping, right? Vacho Vegam is vague, meaning it's false. Manasa, Corona Vegam, my mind, I can't control my mind. I see this, I want it, I see that, I want it. I want to hear the castle in the air, right? Each and everything, right? Manovrata. Say the mind is sitting on a chariot, that chariot is running at 100 speed. And you are who you are sitting in that Manovrata, right? So, vague, manasa, vague, rude. When we don't achieve our desires, we become angry. So that way of growth has to be controlled. I shouldn't bash everybody because I have a goal to achieve and I'm not achieving it. Right? Shouldn't try and bash everybody. Grow the Vasho Vegam, Manasa Koro Vegam. Jiva Vegam, control your eating habits. Eat only as much as your belly requires. Right? Yesterday, Bharesa were giving me in Sutra form, the acharyas are given everything. Jiva Vegam, Udara Upasta Vegam, then sex life is controlled. Right? Then you are not going to produce unwanted children. You will do Viva Samskar, and you will do Bhagavadan Samskar, then you can have a pleasant, peaceful life. If you give birth to Asuras and Rakshasas, right? Where is the happiness in your life? So then, Dharma, art, calm, booch. These are the next thing. So meaning that if I'm dharmic, I'm doing all this, then okay, I have material desire. This is what is being explained in this particular verse, which is text 31. So I have desires, so I enter Viva Samskar, alright? And then I live, as we just said, the charity. And we say the best charity is charity that will benefit the soul of the person. So it's not just opening an Athalai, right? Or old age home where people come and just dump their people there and they become a burden on society, right? You don't do your duty. So the system of an ashram, you must take care of the children, you must take care of the old people.
Right.
Alright? System of an ashram. Right? So now, if the young boy, the young girl, they are not conscious of their duties, what will they do? They will neglect their children. They will neglect their children and they will neglect their old people, right? Speaking of balance, for entire life we should be ready for sacrifice. Then we shouldn't cry, oh, what am I doing? I have to work so hard. I have to do. No, no, no. There is enormous here. There is enormous reward. Enormous reward. Remember, you don't take care of the elderly people, you will not be taken care of. Right? 100%. You don't take care of your children, you neglect them, your next life, you will be neglected. Or children will get born in your family that is disease. They will ruin you. They will take away all your wealth. Right? This is how the laws of karma work.
Mataji, like this is why people and children are born with
Diseases. Yes, because they have come, there's some debts that the parents owe them. You know? So all your wealth go in them.
You don't let your mother in house or you don't do small. I mean, studying is good, but art, like you go on studying, but you neglect that you have home also, you have responsibility there also, because parents have put their money in your education and everything.
See, I think we have discussed that earlier. The boys were sent to Gurukul. Alright? In the Gurukul, they will do all types of work. It's going to come now, actually. X34. X34 is chapter. So you, in order to be able to do all these sacrifices, you need to approach a guru. And that Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. That boy has to do Jhanu Puja. Alright? Isn't it like the Kauravas were sitting in Aramasi during palaces? The Pandavas, they were in the hermitage of the sages. They were bringing water for the sages, they were bringing wood, they were cleaning all their hermitage, right? That's why there's no issue for them wanting to go back to the forest. They thought, the Kauravas thought that, okay, they're punishing them. When they were in the forest, Yudhishthir Maharaj became a learned scholar. He took that opportunity. He became a learned scholar. Alright?
Nowadays in schools they don't like this. You don't have to some teacher, you don't have to just you have paid fees, just you learn to the books most of the time.
Yeah, anyway, this is a modern system. Doesn't produce good result. And and now the child is so much burden at school, and when they come home, they're probably wiped out, so not working, they do at home. Right? What work did you do at home? And wiped out.
because 8 hours
Finished.
only did.
I remember when I was a child, our teacher would give me her glass, go and wash the glass. Yes.
My teacher would give you
A drinking glass. A drinking glass. Wash, yes.
Nowadays if teacher will give such a task that the parents will complain how can you do this.
I remember how my teacher, she praised me. She says, I wash very well. Right? It was natural. This is only, in my 60s now. And then that, too far away.
Losing your abilities as you said. Like losing your abilities you said. Now therefore we lose our abilities that we can do any like other things also, we have other skills also because books and our mind, our time, energy, everything goes in.
So, you know, when we join ISKCON, temple, Brahmachari, you do everything. You have to know, you should be able to clean your room, right? Do your bed, clean your room, wash the bathroom, do your laundry, fold your clothes, cooking, and you should be able to do the shower, right? Everything you should be able to do. Otherwise, you get such ahankar, right? Such ahankar.
Intention at later stage in your life. Like if you turn 30, then you will just tell that I have to cook now. I have to cook. I have not learned in my childhood. Now I have to cook. So
Anyway, everybody knows what's going on, right?
Even the Mama made everybody do jharu in the
Gundi Chapel. Yes. All the brahmanas. Jharu puja. Yes. So see, life is not, life consists of sacrifice, humility. Does this help you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What's your name?
And this is Sethi. Promila Sethi. Promila Sethi.
Promila? Promila Sethi. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
It is difficult.